Yeah. So now that you mention that, and I think about it, I have been such a professional at talking about the home and why certain things matter and don't matter possibly as much for selling it, and updates and all these things about their home, their home, their home, their home. But I have not learned how to do what you're talking about, which is the next step of understanding and getting that appointment to move along, which is talking about where they want to go, or where would they want to go, and getting that going.
Yep.
Yeah, I have not made that transition into that realm yet. So this is good. This is really good.
Well, good. Well, I have to tell you that it's vital to know that I used to work at a company called Direct Buy, and Direct Buy was a place, a brick and mortar place where you could buy anything for your home directly from the manufacturer, not at the retail price. So all the middleman was cut out. So you paid a $5,000 membership to be able to cut out the middleman, flooring, tile, all that stuff.
Right.
So you'd make a savings of anywhere from 20 to 40%. So if the membership paid off, if you were going to buy $18,000 worth of goods, you'd break even.
Right.
Now, then the membership would need to continue in order for you to be making money on it. So when you got to the logic of it, when we would talk about this, is so selling their home is the logical point. You do the numbers, you show that you're great, you show Omaha is awesome. When we would be at Direct Buy, when we sit down at the table after we do the presentation, and it's $5,000, they say, we're buying carpeting for our house, we want to add a bedroom. Oh, that's a no-brainer. You're going to spend $20,000. You pay $5,000 for the membership. Now you take that $20,000 and you would only spend $12,000 because you have all this savings. $12,000 plus the $5,000 is $17,000. Now you just save $3,000. You run through all these numbers with them, and then they go, "Oh my gosh, yeah, that totally makes sense." But that's logic. So the reason why I'm saying this to you is because anytime I would get stuck there, and they weren't signing up for the membership right there and then with me, then I have to change everything and go a different direction because they're stuck. I would get them up from the table and start walking around the place. Now, I don't know about home, and I'm a real estate agent, about blinds and flooring and carpeting and all that stuff, right? This is way back in the day. But I would walk them around the showroom where we would look at Hunter Douglas blinds and carpeting and doing all this type of stuff. And then all of a sudden, I didn't do anything. I'm just walking them around and going, sometimes people really enjoy doing this. And they would go, so how does that work when we order the blind? Okay, now we're not on money anymore. Now we are on how do they order their blinds and where does it go? And does it get delivered directly to the home? And then they'll get back to the table. All of a sudden, they just look at each other and I go, so this probably sounds like it makes sense for you. And they go, yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Just because I changed the whole direction. So on this, it's the same exact thing. They know that you can sell their home. They know they're going to make a profit. Now, you just need to be able to change the direction and go, okay, let's talk about your new home. Let's walk me through what you see in your head. And that's just like the walk around in the showroom or any furniture place or anything that they would go to. You're just going for a ride with them. So I think you're going to find that. And anybody who's agreeing to these splendid appointments that you're making knows that you, and really, honestly, any realtor with half a brain could sell a home for anybody right now in the seller's market. It's how are you going to get me what I want in the next phase? Like, what can you help me with? And they're not going to think that. They're just going to want to know if you say all those right things. And then when they go, that's exactly what we're worried about, then they're going to sign with you.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Yep. I knew this was like the one territory where I haven't gotten quite comfortable or finding out maybe the importance of it, but you'll notice with me, Tosh, I go completely to one ditch and then I get so good at that, but I'm missing the whole other side of it and then find the balance. And so,
this isn't anything like I haven't done. I mean, I had that sales part down with selling the house or getting the paperwork, but if there was any hesitation with them signing with me, it was because I didn't unearth something else. And that something else isn't like they're trying to keep it a secret. They're just waiting for the right person to say the thing that opens up that little trap door inside of them that feels good, and they go, "Oh gosh, he really got me."
Yeah.
Boy, did he really get me, you know? So what's magnificent about you is your curiosity. It feels so good to hear your curiosity. I love curious people, and your curiosity is going to allow you to go through that next phase. And I'm curious. You can use the word. You know, I'm curious. You know, why did you even consider the appointment? Not like, why didn't you? Well, you know, why would you even say yes if you weren't going to consider selling? I mean, that's not going to get it. But I'm curious. Tell me about the next phase.
Right.
Where is it? Is it in Florida? Is it here? Is it a condo? Or are you going to the Riviera? Ha 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 ha. Oh, we don't travel anymore. You know, well, tell me about it. You know, so that's the only thing. And the only other thing is that with sitting on the sofa, I know it feels a little uncomfortable, but it is your job to direct them where they need to sit. If they didn't have a kitchen table, find a dining room table. If you can't find a table, tell them, say, do you have a table that we can sit down at?
Yeah.
And don't let the you can't do couches, because it's happened to all of us at one point or another where they're too comfortable, and that's awkward, and then you can't get anything done by handing something over to somebody 100 times. And
Right.
that's just not going to work. What I would probably do between now and Sunday, do they do email or anything like that?
Email, yes.
Okay. Did so you have their emails, right?
I do. Let me tell you what I've done so far, but tell me
Okay.
the exact way to do it next time, maybe. Or, you know, I sent almost like if you were to write a letter. That's kind of the scripting. I was like, you know, I really appreciate this, and you know, and you invited me into your home, and not only that, but into your guys' future. And I look forward to not only serving you, but being, you know, someone that you can confidently trust for someone that you may know that could use my service. And I made a little video for you, and it was just a little recap of our appointment and basically the same thing. And so it's just a little bomb at the end of it. But then I mentioned, hey, I'll be there on Sunday to pick that paperwork up, and also I've got some, you know, something I want to drop off.
Okay. No, I like the mystery behind it. What you could do.
Good.
Oh, this is a good idea. You didn't say what it was that you wanted to drop off, right?
Correct.
Okay. What you could do, which would be really kind of cool, is if you email them, set them up in Boomtown, ask them. I don't know, since you've already emailed, it might be a little too much, but tell me what you think of this. But like, get an idea of what they, if they were going to move, what style and quality of home they would want. Like, are they looking for a ranch, and how many bedrooms? Are they more modern? Are they more, you know, more traditional style? And pick out like 3 types of homes from the MLS, even if they're not where they would want to go, and print those pictures off for them and say, hey, I just wanted to go through this with you real quick as far as what you would see in your next home. Is this kind of the style that you were thinking of, or is it something a little different? And that could be your drop off.
Okay. I like it. Okay. Something else I noticed was they mentioned some travel stuff. And I said, oh, what's some of the, you know, what's the best place y'all been? I'd love a recommendation. And all of a sudden they pointed to a picture on the wall, and they just lit up. And I remember Mike saying this. He said, you know, talk about the pictures, you know, or ask about them, and that opens people up. And if I would have had them open up by talking about that picture when I first walked in, basically, I think it would have changed the dynamic much sooner, you know? And so talking about the pictures, you think that's kind of a nice way to, I don't know. It seemed like that's a great idea. It's like, oh, what's this all about, you know?
Well, what's also really cool about you is that it's not artificial. I mean, you, like I said, you have a natural curiosity, and I think that that's awesome. And so, for you to bring that up and be curious about it, and you could, whatever you drop off or pictures of houses that they would be living in, say, this is similar to the kind of, I know it's not exactly like that picture of Paris that was on your wall, but if you get as close as we can to it, or something like that, and that's where you open up those doors and the lights really turn on. But very rarely are people really, truly, truly, truly ever heard. It doesn't happen that much. And so when a perfect stranger walks into your house and really tries to figure out what you really want, it's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
This is great. You guys are the best.
I don't know about all that, but
it's pretty cool.
We're rolling. We just had Brad, we had about 12, 14 agents just yesterday sign up on Show For Me.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, like 7 showing assistants and 8 agents, and just finding out and understanding kind of what their thought process is, why they're hesitant or if they're not hesitant.
Right.
There was one that we've seen as a very seasoned agent. She's only been hesitant to do it only because she just didn't know if it would work. And we're like, the only way you're going to know is just to use it, see it. It worked out so good for her. And so it's going right along. We're really excited too.
The word of mouth is going to be crazy on it because, I mean, if I had, some influence or knew a bunch of agents or something and they brought anything up, I'd be like, dude, just do this. It's way easier, and I can only imagine that's what's going to happen for y'all. So you guys just transfer all your awesomeness that you've learned over the years to me, and you guys just take off on Show For Me, and I'll handle the home ship here. Okay.
That sounds perfect. Yep. Get our Show For Me airplane high in the skies, and you're thinking your $1 billion down below, and
yep,
you're awesome.
That's my
okay. But you've been so great at responding to some of these showings too, and just showing and going.
Yep. And then now it's like I'm like, well, dang, I could do that, or man, I'm getting results over here. I should probably make some calls or finish up this email or whatever. And it wasn't like that before, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, hell yeah, I'll go on that showing. Where's it at? Plattsmouth? Yep, here I go.
I know, and that's why it's a benefit to do that until you start building your business or gaining more confidence, and stuff like that. And I think that's what we'll see is we'll see a lot of showing assistants who are willing to accept some of these showings. But as they gain more confidence and go, I don't really want to do this for somebody else unless I'm out there in the field already for just a quick hour. I really need to keep prospecting and stuff. I mean, really, that's the ultimate goal, is get you on the hiring agent side, so that's what you need. And so I think that's kind of the beauty. We've talked to some of the agents, and they say, well, I'm not available to show on Monday nights from 4 to 7 because of my second job. And hearing them, and we've been coaching a couple of them, actually. They're not even on our team about, what do you think is holding you back on being a full-fledged agent, to leave the other job, and trying to find out what they're really feeling nervous about. So this also seems kind of like a little bit of a calling for us, at least right now.
I love it. I think it's awesome. I feel like I'm a pretty good eye for good investments, whether it's people or things. I feel like you guys got something good. So,
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right. Well, have a great weekend. Let me know if you need anything. I might not be as incredibly responsive this weekend right away. Doing this camping trip with Isaiah for the Cub Scouts, but I will be here for you.
Sounds perfect. Appreciate it.
Okay. You bet. Thank you, Brad.
Thanks, Tosh.
Bye.